Since I started this journey, I've talked to the media a lot, and they often ask the same questions. And one of the questions they always ask is, what is it like to be a parent of a child with a rare disease? And it's just like being a parent to a child that's sick. And I think that's something we can all relate to. But the difference is when you're a parent to a child with a rare disease, it's frightening because the doctors don't know the answers. They don't know what treatment to give you, they don't know where to send you, what consultations you need. It's like being thrown out of an airplane with a blindfold on, just tumbling through the dark sky. And we have had so many experiences like this. One in particular was when I was in Afghanistan in 2012 and Hasti was 6 months old, just a small baby, and Hingame called an ambulance and Hasti was rushed into hospital where the doctors said, "Why have you waited so long to take her in? She is so badly dehydrated and so weak. Why have you waited so long to take her in?" And Hingame just had a breakdown because she had taken Hasti to the doctor 3 times that day, to the GP surgery, and the GP just said, "No, it's just a virus, it's nothing to worry about." He didn't pay any consideration to the fact that Hasti had additional needs. We didn't have a diagnosis then, but we knew Hasti had additional needs. But the problem is doctors don't have training in rare disease. They don't recognize the signs and symptoms. They ascribe simple solutions, "Oh, it's a virus, it must be a bug." 1 in 3 kids with a rare disease in this country don't live to see their 5th birthday. And that day, Hasti could have been one of those 1 to 3. Because the doctor wasn't trained and he wouldn't send her to hospital and he wouldn't do more investigations. And it was only, thank God for Hingame, she took Hasti to hospital that time. Otherwise, she'd have been a statistic. "95% of rare diseases have no treatments. And it's not because these diseases are so complex that the doctors just can't figure it out. That's not the case at all. It's because they're just not invested in. Big pharmaceutical companies that make drugs and treatments aren't interested in working up treatments for diseases that affect 500 people because there's no profit in it. But governments can. Because my child deserves a treatment as much as anybody else. She deserves to have a healthy and happy life as much as anybody else. She's no less human just because she has a rare condition. And the government has a duty of care to provide the best possible care and treatment for my little girl and anybody else with a rare disease. And that's why when I was in London, I dropped a letter, number 10, with the Prime Minister, to ask them to do more for the community of rare diseases because they deserve more. And it's for that same reason that when I get to Edinburgh, my intention is to go to St Andrew's House and deliver a letter to the First Minister. And my wife has met Nicola Sturgeon and she admires her greatly because she's a very straight talking, very forthright person, and unlike many politicians, she'll just give a straight answer. And I'm hoping I'll get the same, and I hope she'll have time to see me and receive my letter. When I started this journey 25 days ago, walking barefoot across Britain with a single purpose. I didn't have a lot of planning, and we've had to change so many things on the way through. There were things I should have had when I started that I didn't have and I've picked up. But the intent from the outset has been the same. There's one mission, and that is to change the lives of children with rare disease and to change my daughter's life, to create a treatment for her. But that isn't going to happen unless people take note. People look at this and talk about it. I wasn't a person who had a rare disease in my life until Hasti was born. She didn't inherit it from me or from Hingame. This was random. And if you think rare disease doesn't touch you, it hasn't touched you yet. There are 3.5 million people in the UK that will be touched by rare disease in their life, and one of them will be you. So I need your help. I can only do this with your help and your support. We'll only get a treatment for Hasty if you guys continue to donate and to share our message. And we'll only change things across the board in the United Kingdom, in our country, and make conditions better and acceptable for children with rare disease if you continue to sign that petition and share that petition.